What's up, gentlemen? Welcome to Bari, Italy, which is maybe the most underrated city in all of Italy, and also probably the jewel and the doorway to one of the most underrated regions of all of Italy, which is the Puglia region, which is in the southeastern corner on the Mediterranean, directly across from Albania. Now, this behind me is the Basilica of Saint Nick. Now, some of you probably are familiar with that name, and that is good old Santa Claus. So we are going to be visiting Mr. Santa Claus in his grave here very shortly. And we're going to be doing a little bit of other sights, sounds, probably eating a bit of food in this video as well. So stay tuned and let's see what we can get into in the doorway to the Puglia region, Bari, Italy. So one of my favorite things to do in Italy is to just walk around in like these kind of old alleys that you have no clue where you're going to end up. Because I find that's some of the best places to find, good wine, good food, where the locals eat. So let's take a journey through here. Now we're actually in Bari Vecchia, which is the old town. And this area, from my understanding, used to be pretty dangerous, but they invested a lot of money into cleaning it up, making it more safe to inspire more tourism in this region. So you should be fairly safe. Obviously, I'm walking around with my camera, and yeah, let's see where we can end up. And like I said, I really enjoy doing this type of thing, just walking in these little nooks and crannies, because you never know what you're going to find. And oftentimes, this is where the best experiences can be had. Another thing, today is a Sunday, so it's a pretty slow day in Bari on a Sunday. Not a lot going on, and timing-wise, here's another tip. Unless it's a touristy place, probably not going to be open between like 4 and 7, 4 and 8, something like that. Let's get some pasta. Here. 2? Thank you.
No,
okay.
non la vuole.
It's okay. No, it's okay. Thank you. All right, so this is some pasta that is local to the region. Obviously, I have no use for it because I am not going to be cooking it, but I'll just give it to like the Airbnb lady and she can have it, and obviously support a little bit of the local economy, right? Let's flip the camera back around. That is where we're going right there, which is actually going to be the beginning of the video. So we're going to be going back in time. You can see the water down there, and then this is the Church of St. Nicholas, which I will tell you about. So, as I was saying, this is the Basilica of good old St. Nick, built in around 1097. And there is a fascinating story behind the building of this structure. So, there were pirates that raided a place called Myra, which is modern day Turkey, and stole the relics of Saint Nick and brought them all the way back here to Italy, where they built this and put them in the tomb that I will be showing you, or the shrine, whatever, that I will be showing you here in a moment. And it took almost 100 years, I believe, to build this structure. Okay? And this is also a very important building because a lot of people make a pilgrimage to this place because of all the significance and the relics that is intertwined with the history of this building. Most people make the pilgrimage here on May 9th because that is the day that the pirates, or whatever you want to call them, took the relics from Mira back to Bari. I should also note that the pirates were from Bari. That's why they brought them back here to Bari, and that is um, the one of the maybe the largest attraction to, or like tourist attraction, I guess, to Bari. So this stuff I got, the orecchietti pasta, it's supposed to look like ears, kind of, is one of the local delicacies, I guess you can say. I wouldn't say delicacy, but it's like local food that you have to try. Normally they put it with like turnips or like a tomato sauce, and yeah, it's kind of something they're known for. So if you're walking around in these streets, you'll be able to find these older ladies who make these pastas and sell them. And these were, I don't know, €2 50 each, so €5 for both bags. And as I mentioned earlier, I have no use for them, but support the local economy and also, get some more content, I suppose. One of my favorite things about Europe, other than the food, is just the fact that you see old historical things pretty much wherever you go. Can't go wrong with that. All right, now it is time for a good old refreshment. A nectar of the gods. Some of that sweet, delicious red wine. Let's see where we can find a nice Copa de Vino. Right, so I found a wine spot. We are heading to the wine spot. And at the wine spot, I will tell you a little bit more why Bari is the doorway to the Puglia region, because there's a bunch of little day trips that you can take from here to great other places, I guess, smaller cities in Italy that are definitely worth visiting. And we will talk about some of those options here in a moment. All right, so the boy has his nice glass of Italian red wine, which I almost just spilled, which means we are ready to chat about why this is the doorway to the Puglia region of Italy. So let's flip this bad boy around so you guys can see some vibes going while I talk. All right. So, a couple of places that come to mind for day trips. I'm not going to give you the good stuff. If you want the good stuff, you're going to have to, I don't know, get $1 million worth of donations on this video. If you want the like true hidden gems, I'll actually give you a couple of them just because I'm a nice guy. But three of the like most popular ones are going to be Matera, which is where one of the James Bond movies was filmed, and it's like an hour or so away from here. Probably faster if you like rent a car or something like that. But the train system not super connected to a place like that, although there is a way to take a train to that place. It is longer and frankly not super efficient, okay? And then another really popular one is Alberobello, which is known for like the cone-shaped houses. So Matera is known for the caves of where people like dug caves, and you can go to like a restaurant in a cave. It's really cool. I would highly suggest it. It's also a little bit bigger than a place like Alberobello, but that is worth noting. And then the Alberobello has like the Truly houses. Pretty small place though. And it has amazing sunsets and really good for like Instagram, I suppose. And then if you're on that beach vibe, you got the Polignano or something, de Mare. You'll be able to find it quite easily. Here, I'll show you the actual name. Here. This. Should be able to see it. Polignano Amare. And then a couple hidden gems I will give you. Just is Martina Franca. That is one that's a hidden gem. Loco Rotondo is another hidden gem. And just because I'm feeling extra in a good mood for y'all, Otranto. That's another good option as well. All right, so that is why it is the doorway, because Bari gives you entry to all these places. Some places are day trips, others are entire trips in and of themselves. Although even the day trips, I would probably recommend, you know, staying for a night or something like that, so you can get a full day's worth of sightseeing or whatever, and you can experience the different foods there, because all these places have like regional foods. Some places better for seafood and whatnot. Right, so behind me we have a Norman castle, and the Normans are actually part of the Norsemen, aka the Vikings who came from Scandinavia. So what happened was, back in the day, the Vikings kept invading what is known as modern-day France. And so, in exchange for some territory, the King of France gave the Vikings some territory, and they started to adopt some of the cultures of the Frankish people back then, because obviously the King of France wanted protection from further Viking raids, and that is why he gave them territory in exchange. And as they started to live there, they adopted some of the culture of the Frankish people, such as religion and the language, and they also adopted some of their architectural style as well, and they became known as the Norman people. And so this is a Norman castle that is from around the year 1000 something. And the main kind of feature is, within these walls there's a big courtyard, and then there's a long dining hall. I was actually in there. It costs like 10 euros to go inside, but I lost all that footage. And to be very, very transparent, it's probably not worth the 10 euros that it costs to get in there, but there is some cool like animation that goes on inside of the castle. And it looks pretty large from the outside, but the actual like museum section, pretty small on the inside. It took me, I don't know, like 45 minutes or so to go through it. I wish I could show you guys more of the inside, but like I said, I lost out of that footage, and I am not paying another 10 euro to go back in here. But that is the Norman Castle, which is one of the highlights of a place like Bari.
I knew I was going to have to stop, but the light went on a heck of a lot quicker than I thought it was going to.
All right, that was called spaghetti al assassina. It's a traditional food from the Apulian region. I think that's what it's called. Well, the region is Puglia, but their cuisine is called Apulian. At least that is what I think. And it is very traditional, very specific. And why I say that is because they cook it in a different manner. So they boil it, but then they also cook it in a pan. That's why it looks a little bit burnt. Super good. Not a ton of ingredients, which is what I love about Italian food. They don't focus on, having a million ingredients and additives and blah, blah, blah. Super simple, just great, high-quality food. And another thing I'll mention is the people next to me, a couple of Americans, they had a similar meal, but they had wine, appetizer, their meal, and they got their bill, and they're like, this can't be right. They must be missing something on the bill. There's no way it costs that much. So I got dessert, limoncello, a carafe of wine. I got a starter that was shrimp, and then I had my main meal, got a bottle of water. So in the comments, let me know how much you think that would cost if we were in the United States, because I assure you it is a surprising amount. I haven't seen the bill yet, so I couldn't tell you. Alright, but we're gonna end this video probably right here. So welcome to a day in Bari from the Puglia region of Italy. This food was simply just amazing. One of my favorite things about Italy, and one of my least favorite things about other parts of the world. But yes, so smash the like button. Let me know in the comments down below how much you think all this is going to cost me. And I will talk to you guys very, very soon. And I will see you wherever the next video may take me. And as always, peace, much love.